Welcome back, everyone. It's FNHusa57 here. We are back on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and today I have another Elite Weapon review for you. Today we'll be talking about the XMG Bacon and Eggs. It's the Elite variant of the regular XMG. It's a heavy weapon. It's an LMG. Now, this is the akimboed LMGs, and yeah, not really a big fan of them. Personal preference, though. So what makes this weapon an elite is you have 3 pluses, 3 negatives. All 3 pluses are to damage, bringing it up to 14 damage, but all 3 minuses are to accuracy, which it already has a low accuracy, and that brings it down to only 5 accuracy. Now, you can go ahead and use whatever perks you want. I normally will take the laser sight and extended magazines if I'm going to play with this weapon, but it's personal preference. So it's a cool looking weapon. It's a odd thing in my opinion, but I'm not really a big fan of LMGs. These look really cool. They're probably the coolest looking LMG, but also the most impractical. And the reason for that is they're so inaccurate as actual hipfire mode. And these targets represent a player in core, so they take the same damage to kill as a player in core, not hardcore. And let's see if we can get enough shots on target. There we go. It takes about 4 shots, 4 to 5, depending on where you hit the person in core, and about 2 to 3 shots in hardcore to kill someone. So, personal preference when it comes to that. I go ahead and reload this one here. Now, you've seen that it has horrible accuracy in the hipfire mode. This is where the nice thing about this weapon is. You've got a 150 round magazine in each gun, and, well, that's using the scavenger perk, which I always use that. And if you were to click left on your D-pad, you go into the lockdown mode with this weapon. Now, you can't move with it, but you can still spin in a 360-degree circle, and you basically have pinpoint accuracy at that point. So this is where having that upgraded damage comes in, because it only takes, 4 shots to kill somebody in core. If you're playing with a good team and, you're locking down an objective or something like that, that's where this gun really comes into play, and it will have good accuracy at that point. Now, I mainly play hardcore, so less practical in hardcore because of the fact that, basically 2 bullets from most weapons will kill you. So this is one of those weapons where you really have to use it in the lockdown mode. Here we go with just hipfire. I've seen people run around the map and just use this weapon in hipfire mode. Personal preference on that. I really don't like to do that. But we're going to fire all these rounds here. As you can see, the recoil is brutal. 300 shots fired and only a 78 hit. So that's just not fun. In my opinion, going to go ahead and move this target out to 27 meters and enter the lockdown mode. Now, this is where the weapon really excels. Basically, I'm going to fire 300 rounds again. I'm not even going to attempt to compensate for the minimal amount of recoil. And of course it goes to reloading, but basically 95% accuracy, so it's a pinpoint accurate weapon. It's really cool from that standpoint. The bad thing about this weapon, or another drawback, is if you enter the lockdown mode and you are firing one weapon and then you go to reload it, even if your other weapon still has ammunition in it, you will exit the lockdown mode. So there you lose your accuracy. But, it's not really bad. If you enter a building, you have them like this, you can just spray as you come in a building. Kind of cool, but where you want to be, this weapon is for the person that likes to camp, likes to sit in a corner and, watch a hallway, watch a flag, and just unload. Basically, you can be a one-man wrecking machine and lock down an objective as long as somebody doesn't come behind you. But interesting weapon in my opinion. Not my favorite when it comes to the LMGs. My favorite is the Emil Chicanery, mainly because you're more mobile. With this weapon, you're still slow, but the advantage that it has is the fact that it's got really good hip fire. Even, you know, as I'm sprinting, and like as soon as I stop sprinting, I can bring the weapon up and fire it. So that's an advantage, but you pretty much have to be right in somebody's face, which works out fine in my experience in playing core. But when you switch to hardcore, yeah, that's not going to happen. They'll gun you down before you get close enough. So, personal preference. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, what you think of the weapon, if you've gotten it. Hopefully you find this video helpful. If you do, go ahead, smash that like button, and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.